We are live. Welcome, everybody. It is Cleveland Browns Mock Draft Simulator Monday. Who's ready? Pre-Combine. I wanted to do this show for us to get a little bit of a taste before the Combine starts, before free agency starts. We're going to be going over a whole bunch of different scenarios and situations. We're going to do the mocks live on the air. Let's get to the show.
Turn up your volume. Because you're about to listen to The Sick Podcast with Andy McNamara, the sickest Cleveland Browns podcast.
Chubb runs, he's to the 10, 15, he's to the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. There goes Chubb, he's to the 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Chubba Lubba Hub.
It's gonna be sick.
Hello, everybody. Hope all y'all are doing well. Just keeping ready, right? We had some Browns news to begin the day. You had Juan Thornhill being released by the Browns. No big loss there. They saved $7 million. I was anticipating he'd be gone anyway because it was Juan Thornhill. Before him was John Johnson, right? Both were kind of just the same flop free agent signings by Andrew Berry. So is it safe to say that when it comes to free agency, Andrew Berry also has a blind spot for signing free safeties? Like, you're 0 for 2, bro. So we saved $7 million. One of the disappointing ones, Charlie Hewlett, longtime long snapper, released after 10 years with the team. And nice message from the organization, from Berry and company, saying he'll be welcome back when his career is over. They got the younger guy in, and whatever they get. Look, the Browns are gonna have to make some tough decisions, having to shed all this salary cap situation that they put themselves in. This is before any restructuring with maybe Myles Garrett staying or maybe Myles Garrett in a trade or whatever the case might be. Make sure you're clicking notifications on, subscribe. Jump in the chat too. We're going to be doing 3 mock simulators here using ProFootballNetwork.com. They have a great mock draft simulator up. We're going to do 3 3-round Browns mock drafts with different situations. So how it works is, we click go. Producer Shane's going to click go, and then it'll show who the Tennessee Titans pick. And then it'll be our opportunity. We could be offered trades. We look at those. We try and make decisions on the air and kind of go from there. So feel free, jump in the chat, click share. Let's have some fun with this. Follow us on X, on Twitter, at AndyMC81, at SickPodBrowns, Instagram and TikTok, at AndyMCSports. And we're still also waiting Joel Bitonio's future. Is he going to retire? Is he going to stay as the Combine starts up Tuesday? We'll have a big post-Combine show too. I love that. I got the notepad out, and I got I'm looking right at it. Each year, got the notebook going back about 5 years now, and you find some gems in there. And it's interesting going back over the last couple of years and saying, oh, that player I thought was going to be good wasn't, or this player I did think was going to be good, was a later round, it was really good, and to track these guys over a few years. So it's an interesting practice, an interesting progress. So jump in, subscribe. Let's have some fun with this. And what's always makes your food fun, folks? Okay. It's Stadium Mustard. You know it. Authentic Stadium Mustard from ballpark to backyards and everywhere in between. Stadium Mustard is a smooth but spicy mustard, rich in taste and tradition. Stadium Mustard is real and organic, not manufactured. Right? RFK friendly. Let's go. And it's at Cleveland Browns Stadium, Huntington Bank Field, whatever you want to call it, all across Ohio, America, Canada. Try it on your sandwiches, your burgers, your hot dogs. I keep telling you the pork chops. Okay? I had it again last week. Stadium Mustard on pork chops, underrated. Whatever you want, this is the stuff. Got the zing for you, brothers and sisters. I'm telling you. Delicious. Stadium Mustard. We welcome in on the Stadium Mustard hotline, Browns super fan, fantasy football analyst, and collaborator, my guy, Grant Gillilan from God's country, Ohio, Canton, Ohio. Grant, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, and I got the Stadium Mustard shirt on.
Look at this. So, look at Grant repping. How about it?
I do got to say, on brats, it's the best.
Oh, magnifique. Absolutely. On the brat. Have you tried with, I don't know if you're a pork chop guy, but I just tried it out of randomness. I was like, yeah, I'll try Stadium Mustard. Try it on a pork chop next time you have one.
I might have to. I'm
telling you, it's delish. All right, my friend. So some Browns news early. I'm assuming the Juan Thornhill release and Charlie Hewlett release didn't ruin your day, right?
Yeah, it didn't really move the needle this today. So
I like Charlie though. I like old Charlie.
Yeah, but
Well,
it's
Gotta
a
save
long
money.
snapper. It's important, but we got to make cuts somewhere.
Yeah, well, and they're gonna have to do a lot more, and there is so much of this offseason still to come. The free agency situations, of course. What's happening at the combine? What conversations, Grant, will happen at the combine in Indianapolis behind closed doors or in those dark corners and restaurants where the wheeling and dealing is done? I wonder if we'll hear anything coming out of it about Myles Garrett trade situation, yay or nay, because all the agents are going to be there too talking to Andrew Berry.
Yeah. My hopes, we're not trading Myles because we need him.
Yeah.
Rebuild or not, we need Myles to anchor that edge. But I'm not looking forward to this upcoming season. Matter of fact, I just told a sales rep, thanks for contacting me. I'm not interested in the product on the field and how much of a regression they've made. So
good for you. Look, the only way that you get through to Browns ownership is in their pocketbooks, right? That's it. And the fact that they're going down the list, checking interest, and we've seen on social media ourselves, many people, and many that we haven't, saying, you know what? No, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait and see what you do. I'm going to wait to see Browns front office collaborators, grifter Paul DePodesta. What do you do to earn my fandom after taking us for granted and putting us through the ringer, having to apologize to be a Browns fan with this Deshaun Watson debacle over the past few years, right?
Absolutely.
All we had to do was not trade Baker. God. Okay, we're not getting into that, Grant. We're not getting into it. Okay, I got my Baker Popco Funko guy in the background there. Oh boy. Okay, well, Baker's going to be fine. Let's see if the Browns are going to be fine. So what we're going to do is pull up our Pro Football Network. Producer Shane, if you want to pop that sucker up there, there we go. We're going to do 3 live with you here, folks. Okay, so we're going to go 3 different situations and how the Browns would react to those situations, but also then how we would react and draft based on what happens in the simulator over a 3-round mock draft. So, one situation could happen, Grant, and we want Cam Ward, but in the mock, Cam Ward goes to 10. Okay, we're going to have to react on the clock and decide what happens. So I'm pretty excited for this. How about you?
Oh, same. I even told you last night, this is going to be a very interesting episode.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I love this sort of what if, and this is where we really dive in. And I wanted to do it pre-combine, and we'll do something similar post-free agency and after combine as well, because things will change. We'll have risers, fallers. Other news today, Shedeur Sanders will not work out at all at the combine. And producer Shane, keep it at normal speed. Yeah, keep it at normal speed. That's fine on the mock draft. But he won't work out. I don't really see that as a negative per se, because Grant, we've seen it before, right? Like if you're going to be on paper a first or second overall pick, you can only really hurt yourself if you work out.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Has it been decided what Cam Ward's going to do? I haven't heard.
As at the combine,
yeah.
I have not heard. I know Shedeur's not throwing, and actually, I think that's the only quarterback
confirmed one
news from.
Yeah, like if Cam Ward doesn't as well, I'm not gonna be too upset.
And they'll probably throw it pro days.
Oh yeah, they'll do
with receivers that they know.
What they know, and you know what? It's a case where the combine is always great. And I love the combine because it allows me to see something maybe of a player, because there's hundreds of college football teams. So it allows you to see, hey, that player caught my interest. Let me go back and see some of his college games. So I like to have it sort of as an add-on, not a standalone, where or something I liked, or if I like a player coming in and he does poorly at the combine, it can be like, okay, well, you know what? Let me go back and see if that equates in game film. So for example, Jalen Milroe, you know how I feel about this guy. Okay.
Yes.
Say no for Milroe. If he runs fast at the combine, that won't impress me one iota, because we saw, and you saw the game as well at the Senior Bowl, Grant, this guy got caught not once, not twice by Senior Bowl guys, some of which won't even be in the NFL. Behind the line of scrimmage, he got tripped up, and then he went to run for a first down, and I got shades of Johnny Manziel, where he was running, and Luke Kuechly hunted him down like a dog, and he got him, and he wasn't fast enough in game speed. You can train for sprinting, straightaway track and field, but that game tape with the Senior Bowl really opened my eyes for someone like Jalen Milroe, personally.
And people don't realize how fast these defensive linemen are, linebackers are. These are world-class athletes.
Yes. And we're going to see more. And each year you see 300-pound guys. It's like, oh my gosh, it's like a horror movie. You know, 300-pound dude, 6'6", running at you at that speed. It's crazy.
I know I'm not standing in that way.
Heck no, absolutely. Okay, so we're going to play the roles. Grant, you're going to play the role of Andrew Barry. I am going to play the role of Jimmy Haslam and the overseeing collaboration, which then can ultimately overrule Andrew Barry.
Okay, let me go get my Ivy League.
You need your hat, or
degree,
I don't know what the get your something. Maybe have a nice English tea. Be very sophisticated. Maybe a monocle or something. I don't know. So what is scenario number one that we're going to run through? It's draft day. Scenario number one is what?
Current situation.
Okay.
No Nick Chubb, obviously, right now, because he's going to be a free agent. So that does open up another position that we need. And going into this draft, Andy, I have 6 needs. One of them I don't know if we even need to talk about in the draft, but I got quarterback, wide receiver as a high need. I got offensive line, running back, and edge rusher as a medium need as of right now. That's with Myles Garrett on the roster. Do you agree?
Defensive tackle too? I would put defensive tackle maybe even above wide receiver personally, Grant, because I like my call, but Dalvin Tomlinson is good, but he's not a pass rusher. Like Jim Schwartz's defense needs that punch.
Yeah, you're right, but
you need everything.
We have too many needs to fill in the draft.
Well, and let's go through them real quick before we start. Okay, Juan Thornhill's gone. All right, so you need another veteran safety to go along with Grant Delpit. Need one, probably two. I do like Ronnie Harrison, and I think you keep DeAnthony Bell. I do like them as spot guys, but you need another one, which we have not been successful in. Linebackers, JOK's, who knows if he's ever going to play again? Like, Grant, you need linebackers. Who's our linebackers?
Nobody right now. Right? Devin Bush. Is Devin Bush even on the roster? I don't even know.
Yet. He's a free agent.
Yeah,
he's a free agent. You know, so that's where an Abdul Carter thinking comes in, right? It's absolutely wild how much this team needs. But okay, so we're going to say current situation number one, where let's say the quarterback situation, we'll think of it like this. You have DTR, you miss Kirk Cousins went somewhere else, Sam Darnold somewhere else, Daniel Jones, Stafford didn't get traded, and you just end up with some scrub veteran. You'll get some veteran who you're scared to play. And that's where we will enter the draft, where you don't have a starting quarterback to begin the year.
Correct.
So let's do that. Let's start with mock draft number one. Shane, please press go. We are entering the draft. We are on the clock. Oh, dang it. They took Cameron. Oh, we have a trade already. We have an offer, Grant. Okay. So the Giants. So this is the situation. The Titans took Cam Ward. The Giants obviously have been connected to Shedeur Sanders. They are wanting, I would think, to trade up with us to get him. And in return, we would get 3. We dropped out one spot, get pick 3, 34, and next year's first round. I think
this is
like that.
Mr. Haslam, can I accept this trade?
Mr. Barry, accept the trade. Accept the trade. So they took Shedeur. Okay. As expected, now we're on the clock. That was too sweet of a deal. Maybe something like that happens, and the Browns move down. So now we have to think of it like this in our current situation. We don't have, on paper, one of the 2 best quarterbacks in this draft class. We could have. We do not.
Yes.
So I think, Mr. Barry, do we agree at this 3rd spot, we are not taking one of the other quarterbacks right now?
Correct. I probably would not take another quarterback till the 2nd round with our 32, or what was that, 34 we just picked up? 33.
Oh, yeah, we got a couple. Okay, this could be juicy. All right, so we have every non-quarterback, the top players in the draft on the board. We could have ourselves Abdul Carter. Right now, Myles Garrett is on the roster. I've seen some, and if the Browns did get Abdul Carter, Grant, I love a comparison I heard with Zach Bond and what Philadelphia did with him, in that they took him from an edge and they made him a weapon, moving, just a disruptor all over the place. If Jim Schwartz is keen to do that, you can have Abdul Carter sort of as that, on 3rd down rushing, definite passing. You can put him on the edge, or You can have him go in linebacker.
Yeah.
So who jumps out to you out of the rest of this class that you want at number 3?
Well, there are 3 people, and it's Carter, Graham, and McMillan.
Oh,
They all fill a spot.
okay. Not
We don't
Travis
have-
Hunter.
Ooh, he does, but he's not the number 1 receiver in this draft class.
That's
Can you consider him the number 1 cornerback?
that is my growing issue with Travis Hunter. And I saw some tape the other day where he put a juke move on a guy as a receiver. I was like, ooh, okay, that's nice. But you're right. If I'm getting it at number 3, and I have a very interesting athlete, a very flashy athlete, a Heisman winner, but if he is not the best receiver, and if he is not the best corner, what am I getting at 3? Don't I want the best at the position group at 3rd overall?
And looking at it, we both decided cornerback is our lowest priority position that we need.
Yeah.
So that brings that leaves Graham and Carter.
Mm-hmm. Boy, what are you thinking, Mr. Barry? What do we think? We got the Mason Graham plugs that D-line hole right there, but it is a deep defensive tackle draft. I have some names that maybe with this extra giant pick we could swing back and get a very good tackle depending who's available later. So that's an option. But there's Abdul Carter, Mason Graham's probably the best tackle.
Yeah, and I hate when the Browns don't take the best player available for their needs. And I think the best player available here is Abdul Carter, and it fills a need for ours.
All right. Producer Shane, turning the card. We're taking Abdul Carter with the 3rd overall pick. There we go. Okay, let's see some of the other names. Graham goes right next. McMillan goes to the Raiders. Oh, Giante went to the Patriots. I like him too. You got Starks going. Okay, Tyler Warren. Who did the Bengals take? They took a safety. Oh, Harmon. Damn, that's one of the guys I liked. Okay, he went high. Jalen Walker's there. Mike Green. Oh, Buka went to the Vikings. Ooh.
Oh, that's going to be a sick wide receiver room.
Oh, I didn't see who the Steelers took, but
I didn't either.
Oh, we have a trade up. Nah, I want the picks. Nah,
yeah,
get out of here, Carolina. Reject that. Get out of here, Carolina. 55. Get out of here. No, not interested.
The only thing that would make me want that Panthers one is we know they're going to be in the bottom 10.
That's true.
But I'm not giving up another second round.
We got back-to-back picks here.
Yeah, we have back-to-back here.
I like that a lot.
And we have so many needs that we need to fill this year, especially if we don't trade Myles Garrett pre-draft and he still wants traded post-draft. We still have to fill.
That's true. Okay, so we have Abdul. Remember, we have Abdul Carter. I'm going to pull up my notes here as possibilities. Walter Nolan, defensive tackle, bit inconsistent, but we don't want to get too cute with this. Now, we do have the back-to-back picks, so we don't have to outthink each other. Offensive tackles need. Also, Grant, we need tight ends, and a lot of them. It's only David Njoku if we're going back to the Stefanski system. He was 4 or 5 deep when we were cooking with Baker.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. Let's see. Best players available. Oh, I do like Watts out of Notre Dame. Safety might be a bit high there, but I do like him. Harold Fannin, I'm looking at the screen here. Marion Hampton. I think for running back, while we need them, I don't think we need to take one this high, personally. No. Also, we need that quarterback situation solved as well. And we don't know what Will Howard will do at the combine. I think he's going to impress, and I think he's going to jump up the board there.
I don't see him making it out of round 2.
Me neither.
And I actually see him being a late round 1 pick.
I think that is possible. So,
and I just real quick, if we want to go tight end, okay, I think we look into our free agency here. We got Conklin, Jawan Johnson, Gerald Everett, and if we want to go and get Harrison Bryant back, we can.
Okay, I like Bryant. I like Bryant there.
I like Bryant.
So, but the thing is, you're going to need a couple more. We're going to need
Correct.
4. So Njoku, you can get one of those other guys, and I think you do need a young body there. Let's see. Hey, Shane, can you click offense on there and just see what the tight ends are, if you don't mind? Let's see. Just click TE. Thank you. Okay, Mason Taylor. I like that Arroyo guy. He's big.
Those
Gunner
are all
Helm.
reaches right now, though.
Those are all reaches. We can wait on those. So those are all later. So maybe we do third round there. Just go back to all then, please.
Can we see the offensive tackles?
Oh, okay. Do offensive and then OT. Connerly. I like Zabel. Now let's see. I had a couple there. Let's see. I had Eric. Oh, that's a wide receiver. Ernest Green, but he's later. Let me see. Who did I have? Okay. I kind of like Watts. Gray Zabel I had going in the third round. So I think we might be able to wait on him. Let's see. Who are you liking tackle here? Connerly? Is that a bit of a reach? We don't know about if we assume right now as if it's as is that Batonio's coming back, then we don't necessarily need that.
Correct. Defensively,
maybe DT. Should we go D? Yeah, go DT here. Because we got our edge. Sanders is a big boy. Collins is good. Shamar Turner. Ooh, but those are, and you know what? It's not. It could seem like a reach, but if you get the right guy, it's not a reach. Right?
Correct.
So
and at this point, do you just take our biggest need, which is
we got two picks.
We got 2 picks. We take our biggest need here, which is quarterback.
Yeah.
And I believe we have Jackson Dart available, which
let's see. Go all and go QB, please, Shane. Quinn Ewers, pass.
Yeah. Dylan Gabriel, too small.
You know what? Too small. Yes. Dylan Gabriel's a backup. It can stop. No.
Yeah.
No.
So in my mind, the 2 quarterbacks that are the best would be Jackson Dart and Will Howard. Is Quinn Ewers, did he say he's going to the NFL draft or is he transferring?
I believe he's coming out.
Okay.
I believe he is coming out. Yeah. So here's the other thing we got to think about. In this current situation, there's a very good chance the quarterback you take here has to start right away.
Yes. And
right.
Yeah.
That's where.
And if I'm going to take a flyer on one of these 2 quarterbacks, and people will call Ohio State bias, but Will Howard, he's the winner.
He's a champion.
He won you a national championship in arguably the hardest route in the college football playoffs.
Yep.
He had 1 blemish, which didn't beat Michigan.
The whole team was blemished from that.
Correct.
That game was terrible.
He came out and he was lights out all the playoff games against.
He improved and he overcame. That's the thing,
Yes.
Grant. What do you want, quarterback? Mentally tough. That guy was counted out. Came back, got better.
Yeah. So I think I'm coming to you, Mr. Haslam, and I'm asking, can we take it, Will Howard?
Well, Mr. Barry, I like the Ohio State Buckeye. I like the moxie on this kid. I think it'll please the fans. Give me Will Howard, 33rd overall. Yes. No trade, Houston. You've ruined me enough. Get out of here. I'm not even looking. Haslam says no deal.
Do you drop 5 spots
and get 116
and get 116?
So here's what we have to see. Is there another?
I don't know if I trust myself.
Yeah.
As Andrew Barry, I don't know if I trust myself.
To do it. You know what? Here, well, look, we got the quarterback. We still have a lot of holes. Why don't we took the quarterback? Probably some people would consider a reach potentially, depending, maybe not. But now we still get the pick of whoever else we want. I'd say we reject it and we pick the best player we want.
Yeah, I think we pick the next best player to fill our needs.
Reject. All right. So we still need defensive tackle. I think that might be. There's Nolan.
Walter Nolan on top.
There's Xavier Watts. I like that Notre Dame defense a bit there. Walter Nolan, he's inconsistent, but he's got some spunk to him. You got the tight end.
Here's a positive about Notre Dame. They played man-to-man. They were pretty darn good at it.
So Watts, that would give us a nice young safety group. We need cheap. And you still got. Do we take him over the defensive tackle? Right now,
with Mike Hall playing a full season, hopefully.
Yeah.
Do you feel a little bit more comfortable with that than what
I
we
do.
watched last year?
I do. I just, you know what? I think we really do need to solidify that safety spot. I'm a little bit torn, but I think we go Xavier Watts out of Notre Dame. 34.
I think so.
And that's an exact match as well for his
Yes.
value. So Xavier Watts, let's hand in the card. That's a decent draft. So we got Abdul Carter, we got our quarterback, we got 2 defenders. So we have our weapon up front. Jack Sawyer went. Oh, damn it. Oh, I knew he would go, but I love Jack Sawyer. Emory Jones, Zabel they got. They took the tight end. See, you can always second guess yourself too.
Yeah, and there's not much you can do.
No.
We're very lucky with 3 picks in the first 35 picks. So
yeah. With that's we got to hit on those. Judkins went. Okay, Connerly. Okay, there's a bit of run on offensive lineman here. Oh, Denzel Burke too. Okay, Deion Walker. Nah. No more trades. What do you think? Nah.
Yeah, at this point, unless it's to get into another pick into the 3rd round, close to our 67.
Nah. All right, reject it. Reject that one too. Okay, so we have our Abdul Carter. We got a quarterback. We got our safety. There's edge, so we don't want to need another edge. Couple edge guys.
We do need a wide receiver.
We do. We also need a defensive tackle. We also
need a running back.
And I'm looking right here.
And I'm seeing a guy named Travion Henderson from the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Buckeye. How popular would Andrew Berry be? Oh, Grant, if he took Will Howard and Travion Henderson, we're playing for the people here. But there's also running backs I like a little later. I love myself some Ollie Gordon II. I love that guy out of Oklahoma State Cowboy. I think he's going to be an absolute stud. He's had comparisons to Kareem Hunt in his prime. I think we could use that. Andrew Collins is there as a DT. I'm tantalized. Mason Taylor as a tight end as well. Taylor is son of Hall of Famer Jason Taylor.
Okay.
We do need tight ends.
We do.
So okay. So my thinking is we have it between TJ Sanders, defensive tackle, Travion Henderson, Alfred Collins, and Mason Taylor. And we have 2 picks in the 3rd round.
Yeah. And just so we know, there's not really anything great in this wide receiver free agency outside of Stephon Diggs and T. Higgins.
Right. And so maybe we pick one here and then swing back for wide receiver. We're expecting Tillman to be better and healthy.
Yes.
As well. So you are right. We do have to keep that in mind. I'm thinking we pick between a couple of these 4. So what do you feel, Mr. Berry? Do you feel we need defensive tackle, that line? We've gone a couple defense already, but we still need that D tackle. Running back would be nice. And of course, tight end where we're thin and need to get younger.
Well, we only have one running back right now, Jerome Ford.
Yeah.
We were 27th or 29th in the league in rushing.
Mm-hmm. Travion would look good.
Travion would look really good in orange and brown.
What do you say? Think we do it?
I think so.
Travion Henderson, double Buckeye draft in the 3rd round. How about it? Oh my God.
I can just hear Browns fans now. Homer. It's like, shut up.
You know what? Hey, Ohio State's produced some pretty damn good players. Why should the Steelers always get them? Think Steeler fan complains they got Buckeyes all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, Mason Taylor went. Damn it. Okay. I think we look tight end wherever we come up next. Kansas City.
Well, we should be done with this mock.
We have one more pick in the 3rd. Ewers went there. No. Reject the trade. No dice.
Oh, Juan. It's too late, but did you see that it was a 4th round 2026?
Oh, but we'd have to drop down to 116.
Yeah.
And we got needs. Ooh, kind of liking a little Gunnar Helm. And, I like that Arroyo guy.
I do too.
I liked him. Out of Miami.
Yeah, I really like him. I think I like him. Oh,
I think,
like,
yeah, I like him better than Helm. I think Arroyo was good at the Senior Bowl too. I think he popped.
here's the only thing. Texas is just leaving a bad taste in my mouth after
Mhm.
the Ohio State game.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Just
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
lack of being able to get open.
True. I think we go Arroyo.
Yeah,
Arroyo. All right,
I
tight
ha-
end. Let's book it.
yep, I think so.
Let's hand in the ticket. We got Arroyo from Miami. And I believe that brings an end to the first round. Let's see. Okay, so let's see our picks here. Let's go. So, Browns fans, how do you like this? For Mach 1, where it was as things stand right now, no noticeable quarterback. Myles Garrett's still on the team. Nick Chubb's future unknown. This is our picks. Abdul Carter, 3rd overall after a trade down to the Giants where we picked up a 2nd-round pick and a 1st next year, which would be phenomenal.
Which will most likely be a top 10.
Absolutely. I think that is a fleecing, and I love it. Then we get Will Howard out of Ohio State, who I'm sure he's going to pop at the combine. He's our Josh Allen. Stay away from Pittsburgh. Come to Cleveland, Will. You stay in state. Then we get safety Xavier Watts. Need help that back end out. Just got rid of Juan Thornhill. A Watts out of Notre Dame with Grant Delpit combo. I think that's pretty sharp. Travion Henderson, other pick in the first pick in the 3rd round to help that running back. Now we have, you can still bring back Nick Chubb on a 1-year deal too, Grant. That doesn't stop you from bringing back Chubb.
Absolutely. And Ford's on his still a rookie deal. So
you keep Ford. That's fine. Then you got those. How about a Cleveland backfield of Travion Henderson, Jerome Ford, and a returning Nick Chubb? Like, I'm down for that.
Yeah, and honestly, so the foot injury is not that big of a worry for me for whatever reason. Because he's a year removed from the knee injury. I think that's what I'm more worried about than the foot injury.
Yeah, and my understanding is it did not need surgery. It was a clean break. Broke your foot. It'd be better. It's all good.
If I was 70 years old, and I'm got the arthritis in that foot, I'm not too happy. But
right. But if I'm Nick Chubb, who can squat 600 pounds, whatever he does.
Yeah.
And look, so we got the tight end. End of the 3rd, Elijah Arroyo to help with that tight end spot and New York's 1st round. I think that's a home run draft.
I think so too.
I love it. I absolutely love that. Okay, so we're going to snapshot that. This is the as is. So let's do this and start again. Restart. And what's our second scenario here, Grant?
We get a quarterback of the Kirk Cousins or Matt Stafford. I don't want to say Daniel Jones.
Somebody, we got in the chat too. Our buddy Griff, YWC Football Talk, he says another tight end to look at is Priestcorn from Ole Miss. And hi, Andy. Hey, Griff, WIC. Now, I haven't heard of this Priestcorn guy. Griff, if you're still on, fill me in a little bit in the chat what you like about him. Maybe some size or whatever. Because we're open to tight ends. Like, it wouldn't surprise me, depending on what they do in free agency, if the Browns take 2 at some point, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you can get plenty of tight ends later in the draft too.
Well, and that's true. Depends what you want, right? They turn more into blockers, they fringe guys, whatever.
I mean, your top tight ends, you're like a Brock Bowers. You're not going to get them.
No, you got to down with them. Yeah. Okay, so our situation now is the Browns do have their quarterback situation, their transition, bridge, whatever you want. Somebody you can feel comfortable with can start games to begin, and you're not going to be hopefully too worried about it, right? So essentially, you have time for your quarterback.
Yeah, and hopefully this quarterback can get you through a full season as a starter.
Yes.
Maybe you go sign DTR again, and then a 3rd quarterback.
Yeah, and you can take a bit of a shot depending what you want.
Then you can punt on QBs this year
and see what happens there. Okay, all right, producer Shane, let's start the draft. We're live. We're in the draft here. Oh, we got Shedeur Sanders' stat line there. Okay, so let's see. We got the draft. Oh, maybe to restart. The Titans take Shedeur Sanders. Holy. Okay, so here's the situation. The Titans shock everybody. They took Shedeur Sanders. People thought they would trade it, be Cam Ward, whatever. we don't have any trade offers too. Is this a case where Cam Ward starts falling? Or, Grant, is this a case where we could potentially take the best quarterback in the draft, not rush him in, and have somebody with a ton of upside at number 2?
Yeah, you know what? I would be okay with taking the Green Bay Packers approach to this. Draft your rookie, let him sit a year or two.
Rookie.
Yep.
Like Cam Ward has more upside than Jordan Love did.
Yes.
Before.
Yes. But you know how Cleveland fans are. If the Stafford or Kirk Cousins comes out and they suck, they're gonna be calling for this rookie to come in.
My thinking though too is Cam Ward is probably a guy, like, I don't want to start the rookie right away, but I feel like I could.
Yes.
So,
he's not a Kenny Pickett.
Kenny Pickett. Wow. Yeah. I think if I'm Jimmy Haslam, I'm whispering to Andrew, I was like, Andrew Berry, kind of I'm itching for that quarterback. No trade offer has blown us away. Let's get a guy and be able to be patient for once and get arguably the best QB on the draft to our team.
So looking at the draft order here, and you wanted to stay within the top 10, what would you trade and who would you trade with?
So if the Giants if their guy was Sanders, like the Giants need a quarterback. Let's see quarterback. Giants need a quarterback. Raiders need a quarterback. Jets need a quarterback. So those are 3 teams right there. Now in this scenario, there's been no trade offers to us.
Correct.
Which I like how the simulator works. Because last time we got a great trade offer. This time, no trade offer. Or it's a trade offer that the Browns aren't interested in. So in this case, I would be fine trading with the Giants, get a deal. If the Raiders or Jets gave me just blew me away, 3 first-round picks, okay, maybe we talk about it. But this is a chance where the Browns have had, Grant, since 99, they've had the best left tackle maybe in history in Joe Thomas. They've had the best edge rusher in the past decade in Myles Garrett, and we still have losing seasons. What's been the missing factor outside of Baker? Quarterback. I think we go QB. I think we go Cam Ward.
I think so too.
Let's hand in the card. It is Cam Ward out of Miami. Browns fans go bananas. We get Ward. We don't have to start him. Things are feeling good. People are feeling safe, positive. Maybe this is the case too, where Myles Garrett sees that and say, hey, I got a Kirk Cousins or something, and I got the best QB. I'm feeling pretty nice staying around right now. Maybe I'm feeling more confident. Jalen Walker just went. Walter Nolan went that high. Wow. This is a great tool. It's Pro Football Network. Ibuka went to the Commanders. Darn.
No.
60. Get lines. Pound salt. Get out.
And they're gonna be too good to.
Too good. Chiefs? No. No way. Nope. Reject. Owner says no. All right. So the Eagles take Omarion Hampton. Now, wouldn't that be something when you have Saquon there and you take him the successor? Interesting. Chiefs get oh, what a smart pick. Chiefs get the replacement for Travis Kelce, the future. That's a smart draft. Xavier Watts goes to the Bills. So we got the QB. I need a defensive tackle, and I am big on Derek Harmon here out of Oregon.
Yeah, and we got 3 DTs on top of the board.
Yeah.
And
so we have Harmon, Williams, Grant. I personally think Harmon is the best one myself. We also have the next best tight end at 35, Fannin Jr. But I think this is a case where we got our QB. Let's help out the defense. Miles is still here in this scenario, and now we can plug that in. So imagine this. We have Dalvin Tomlinson, Mike Hall with hopefully an event-free offseason with Derek Harmon. Now we got the punch up the middle. You can still have our edge guys. Remember, we're going to get Alex Wright and back, and you have Isaiah McGuire, both guys who are flashy. You still have Obo as well. You have him with Miles. Maybe Garrett's getting a little excited. I think we take Derek Harmon here.
Me too.
Let's book it. Derek Harmon out of Oregon to Cleveland. And then we see the rest here. Let's see. Okay, we got Trey Harris. Oh, I did like Trey Harris. Connerly, Grant. Let's keep track of what our division is going to be doing. Okay, Bengals are coming up. What are Bengals? Jalen. Oh, Milrow to the Steelers. Yes, please.
And the Bengals take Travion.
Oh, damn it. Stays in state. Oh, Judkins goes to the Bills.
And TJ Sanders to Baltimore.
To Baltimore. Okay. Oh, please let Jalen Milrow go to Pittsburgh. Oh, Grant, I will cheer. 60 set.
Oh.
Ooh.
Just because of the second round next year.
But
That's
then
the
we
only reason.
I know, but then we lose this pick. We got too many holes. I like it, but you know what? If you're Andrew Berry, I might not have you here, Grant. Andrew Berry. You might be out. You might not get to make that pick.
True.
I think we reject. I think we
reject that.
Okay.
And once again, that second round pick, just because it's probably going to be a top 10 pick in the second round.
It is interesting.
It is
interesting. So we have Makuba, safety went. I did like him. A guard went to the Giants before. So what do we need? We do need
an offensive tackle.
We do need a tackle. We have our
need a wide receiver.
Need a safety. Tight ends. Let's not forget tight ends. We have it. Oh, Mason Taylor's looking at me.
Mason Taylor's there.
You know what? Oh, Grant, I think I know these other guys are looking good. I do like Zabel offensive tackle, but offensive line, while we need it, we still have, you have Zittner, who's going to be expected to come in from last year and do some stuff. I think what we need is a tight end. We need a young rookie contract tight end with upside, and I think that's Mason Taylor.
The only thing that scares me about taking a tight end here is we probably will not get a quality offensive tackle later in the draft.
You know what? But look, DeJuan Jones is a 5th rounder.
Yeah, right? But we saw Jed. Do you trust Jed to stay healthy?
Well, Jed's going to be gone. No way he's going to be.
Yeah, he's going to be gone. And so we have nobody on that side of the line.
We have hopefully DeJuan Jones. You got Conklin. You have, if the Browns go back to what they do well, you do have some swing tackles you could bring back. You have that Jerian Christian who played fantastic under the last regime as a free agent. You could always bring him back. I'm not saying it's the best.
Yeah.
But then what I get is a young tight end to complement Mason Taylor in an offense now that commands at least 4. So I got a rookie deal guy, probably add a vet of some sort, maybe a blocker in free agency. I think we'll go Mason Taylor here, man. And then we can swing back and see.
Yeah. What other offensive tackles are available?
We got Zabel. I like Zabel. I don't know if I go anybody other than Zabel. We got Cornelius. I don't mind him. Lunt. Yeah, you know what? Cornelius at 102 out of Oregon. I wouldn't mind. I bet we can get him with the next pick.
Yeah, I believe you're right.
I don't mind that.
I think I'm okay with seeing what's on the board currently. I think I'm okay with
Mason Taylor.
Mason Taylor,
tight end. We got him. All right. Oh, Will Howard went. Oh, that hurts my heart. But he went to the Raiders. I know. We got Cam Ward. As long as he didn't go to the Steelers. Let's see who our division takes. Okay, Bengals coming up. Okay, guard.
Darren or Fairchild.
Royals. A wide receiver. It's not surprising.
I didn't see the Steelers.
Torrey Hart. They took a wide receiver.
Okay.
Baltimore takes a wide receiver. 94, 104, 155. I kind of want 94. I want the tackle. I think we reject it.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I didn't see that tackle go off the board.
No, let's go OT.
He did.
Oh, he did. Rats. Okay. All right. Go back to all for a second, please, Shane. Let's take a look at all. Let's see. Okay, so we don't need a quarterback. We have our defensive tackle. We have a wide receiver, Kyron Lacey. I don't know much on him. Can you click on his little square or that little board beside the draft button there, Shane? Not draft him, but yeah, that one.
6'2", 213. So he's a good size receiver.
Physical, athletic receiver. Ability to create mismatches against defenders. Size, strong hands. Sells using his body to shield defenders. Enough burst to create separation. Some concerns about his ability to recognize pockets within zone coverage. Has a tendency to telegraph his breaks. You can coach that.
Yeah.
Influence. I'm kind of liking this dude.
Me too.
6'2", 213. And it's LSU. We know you, Andrew Berry. Love your LSU.
Yeah.
We got our wide receiver here since the tackles aren't blowing us away.
I think this is the right. I just had a crazy thought.
Uh-oh.
Jackson
What?
Dart.
Oh my gosh! Oh boy, to go along with it. No, if we have the like Kirk Cousins and Ward, no way. I like what you're thinking. It's wild. Can you click on running backs for 1 sec?
We got Scadaboo.
Just out of curiosity. Oh my god, Ollie's there. I would take Ollie with the next pick. I would run to the board to do that. Let's take that Lacey guy. Let's go to all.
Yeah. Yep.
Let's take him. Let's take Kyron Lacey. LSU makes a ton of sense. And is that our last pick?
Yes.
Okay, so let's see.
Okay. Oh,
so
can we see the full results real quick?
Does it say that? Oh, it has that. Okay.
Okay.
Where do you
round 3? I wanted to see if Jackson Dart where he went.
Did he go anywhere? He might not have gone. He was still there. He didn't go in the 3rd round.
I didn't see him. Wow.
That's what. No way that. Unless he bombs at the combine.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Let's take a snapshot here. In this scenario, this is where no trade offer was made to the Browns. Shedeur Sanders went first in a shocker to Tennessee. The Browns take Cam Ward, and in our scenario, they already have a vet in Kirk Cousins or another veteran where you can feel comfortable starting them and not rushing in the rookie. So we got the best quarterback in the draft, arguably. We swing back at 33, get one of the best defensive tackles in Derek Harmon to help out that D-line. We get a young tight end rookie contract. We need him. Going back to the Stefanski offense, Mason Taylor, and then we get a hot shot, big guy, 6'2", 213 out of LSU, Kyron Lacey. That all lines up.
Yeah.
I like this draft too.
Yeah.
We didn't get the running back. I would say the next one, next pick, I would swing back and get Ollie Gordon the second if he's still there. The only thing that we didn't get here, we're kind of missing, is an offensive line, is a tackle.
Correct. Yeah.
So you'd have to really say, okay, on the vets we have, if DeJuan Jones is hurt, can you live with Jerron Christian, who did well under the Stefanski system last time under Bill Callahan? You have to have some hope that your new guy can coach him up. That's what you got to do.
As far as running backs, there is one on the free agency market, and it's Javonte Williams that I'm very interested in.
Ooh, I could if he's cheap.
Yeah,
we know we got to go cheap. All right, let's do the last one quick here, guys. Let's roll with the last one here. So, what's our final scenario?
We trade Myles Garrett pre-draft.
Oh, so we trade Myles Garrett. Yeah, so go 3rd round there, Shane. Yeah. So we've traded Myles Garrett. We don't know what we get. It could be more this year, could be next year. So that's sort of the wild card. Now, what about quarterback in that case? Can we feel like we have a serviceable? Maybe it's a Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones or Kirk Cousins. Yeah, it's essentially the same thing, other than we have lost Myles Garrett.
We have Myles Garrett, but a quarterback who maybe it's like, okay, we can at least get
serviceable. Okay.
We can hope. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So our final scenario, Myles Garrett got his wish. He's gone. Browns got trade capital, and we roll. Let's see. Let's start the draft. Last scenario here.
I think if we do trade Myles Garrett pre-draft, I think we're getting at least one first rounder this year.
I agree. I think you're able to double up there. So in our scenario again, Shedeur Sanders goes to the Titans again. My gosh. Boy.
Yeah, but I don't think we're taking Cam Ward in this situation.
Because we don't have Myles Garrett.
Because we have no pass rusher. So that automatically leaves Abdul Carter in my mind.
I'm with you. We don't have any trade offers, which is a bit surprising. Again, maybe Cam Ward does something and teams don't want to trade up. I would think they would, but if they don't, in this scenario, and the Browns don't like the offers, we feel maybe we can get a Will Howard at 33, go that scenario again with our situation of having a vet, and we take a stud defender, arguably the best athlete potentially in this draft with Travis Hunter, in Abdul Carter. Is that where we want to go, Mr. Barry?
I think so.
Abdul Carter, second overall pick, Cleveland Browns. There we go. Travis Hunter goes 3. Cam Ward goes. Oh, the Raiders traded up in this scenario to 4. Mason Graham goes. Okay, let's see where our division guys go. We got Will Johnson. I like him too. With Jalen Walker, linebacker to the Bengals. Who the Squealers get? Cornerback. Okay, and where's the Bengals going here? Oh, lovely. I went to the... And that's a corner to Baltimore. Okay, so we got a corner there. All right. Oh, we have a trade. Oh, that's too low. I like the second next because I'm dropping from 33. I need players, man.
Yeah. I would reject this one.
Yeah, let's reject it.
Now, this one's interesting. It's only 12 spots.
But we're missing out on a lot of players.
We are missing out on a lot of players.
We might not get the quarterback we want. As owner Jimmy Haslam, my head is going right now to Will Howard.
But next year's draft class is probably going to be better in the quarterback situation.
It could, but Grant, we could say that every year.
We could. But we have a quarterback that's serviceable, and we're not looking to win. This is a rebuild, even though they're not using the word rebuild in this front office.
Right, it's a rebuild. Okay, you know what? We took Will Howard in the 1, and maybe he's still there at 45.
Correct.
For the sake of this draft, let's say, you know what? The second is it's irresistible, and we're gonna do it. Let's click accept.
Yeah,
Ooh, I wouldn't do this in real life, but let's see. Who do they take? Trey Harris. They have for Trey Harris? Okay. Jack Sawyer goes. Oh, look at all those players going. Oh, Watson's got. Oh, God. Oh, Walter Nolan. Marion Hampton. No more trades. No, reject.
No, we're not doing this one. Philly's going to be too good.
Bengals, no.
Not for a third.
Not for a third. Get out of here, Cincinnati. So there's a chance. We collected a second round last year. We can still get. Owner Jimmy Haslam was sweating. He was cursing under his breath. But now he's like, hey, Mr. Barry, I can still get my Ohio State quarterback and get the fan base to love me again momentarily. Now they hate my guts over all this Deshaun Watson and stadium talk. I want Will Howard, Mr. Barry.
Yeah, at this point, the Will Howard's a steal in my mind. Midway through the first or second,
give me Will Howard.
Yeah,
hand in the card. That actually would work out well. If we could do that and you get a second next year, that's pretty sick. I don't mind that. Henderson goes. Okay. Kansas City. Ooh, Walker. Wyatt Millam. So they get a guard that's very Baltimore-ish. Wide receiver. Okay. No, I don't want that. No. To 114, reject. Get out of here, Arizona. All right. So we got a quarterback. We need, who do we take? We took Abdul Carter with our first pick.
Correct.
So I would still like a tackle. We don't necessarily need one. I'm thinking maybe it's tight end. Is there a safety? Is this where we take your tackle that you're looking for?
Yeah.
Now there's Donovan Jackson, Ohio State, but he's a guard. I don't want to take a guard here. I have Mason Taylor I'm looking at. There's Emory Jones. We did like Emory Jones, didn't we?
We did.
And that's, that might be something where if you want to bring the running game back, you got to make sure that offensive line is cooking.
Yeah, and I think I'm going offensive tackle here.
Yeah. Okay.
Just because we get them for a year.
Yeah.
And we know this is a rebuild year.
Yeah.
And so that just gives us another
young depth. Again, we need rookies who can play on cheap contracts. Okay, so let's go with, who do we say? Emory Jones, and the LSU checks out. LSU, Emory Jones. All right. We got one more pick coming up. So who else goes? So we have our edge linebacker combo in Abdul Carter. We have our quarterback, Will Howard. Let's see who those Squealers take. Okay, they take a tackle. That's fine. All right. Jackson Dart goes to the Jets. Turner, Baltimore takes a tackle. Nah, a fifth? Nah. I want a player.
Yeah.
I want a player. All right. Let's see. Reject. Okay. So, let's see. We have Gunnar Helm.
There's
There's a
sure
safety.
Elijah.
Oh, my Lathan Ransom. I freaking love that guy out of Ohio State in the playoffs, Grant. That guy was my playoff crush. I hadn't seen him pop up in all the mocks I had. He's gone whenever we go in. You're a Buckeye guy. Lathan Ransom, I thought, earned himself some money in this postseason and even in the regular season as well. I think that guy is a baller at safety. So me, Jimmy Haslam fan, thinking I want a playmaker guy. The fans would love me again with a safety. There's him. There's the tight end, which we talked about we need. There's Arroyo, who we like as well, who is right there. Boy, I'm kind of liking that Ransom guy.
Yeah, and we're not reaching for him either.
We're not reaching at all. It's a value. It's a value.
I think we once again it goes back to best player to fill our needs, and I believe he fills that need.
We also need somebody who can get the damn ball. We've had too much passive. There's no turnovers. This guy is a magnet. He is a rabid badger. I was going to say Wolverine, but that wouldn't go too well. He's a rabid animal going after. I think Ransom. I would also not be mad if we took Arroyo in that scenario or Gunnar Helm. But I'm feeling Lathan Ransom, man.
I am too.
Double Buckeye. Let's do it. Ooh, I like that. Ewers goes to the Rams after that. Riley. Okay. So we have Indianapolis, a second-round pick after that trade. So we start with Abdul Carter. In our scenario, remember, Myles Garrett has been traded. He's traded. We need a punch on defense. Shedeur Sanders went first, and we get arguably the best athlete in the draft in Abdul Carter, who, if the creative can be a weapon. And then at 33. Yeah, go on.
I believe we this doesn't show this, but I believe we have another first-round pick from the Myles Garrett trade, no matter where he goes.
Right. So in that case, maybe that's something where you pick up
a wide receiver.
Is it something else, right? So we didn't get offered a trade in this case, but you'd have some other weapons. So this one's a little incomplete because we don't have that extra wrinkle in it. We don't know, but maybe it was a deal they got a player back with. Who knows? Whatever the deal might be. So Abdul Carter, weapon whipping around, fresh new toy. 33. Indianapolis came knocking. Too much for us to resist. 45 plus their second next year. And Indy's going to be pretty mid at best, right? Like, we're not too excited about them. No. So that's a good pick for the Browns. We drop, and the Browns still get the quarterback they want in Will Howard. You still get the Buckeye at 45. Then we swing back into the third and take Emory Jones out of LSU, which has been an Andrew Berry hot spot. You need offensive line depth. You need somebody who could step in at one of the tackle positions. Emory Jones gives you that. And then you get a puncher. You get a ball hawk type of guy with a nose for the ball. Safety from Ohio State, Lathan Ransom. And what a cool name, too. Like, that's going to sell some jerseys.
Absolutely.
Who's not going to want a Ransom Browns jersey? I might get one.
Oh, 100%. I would be ordering one.
Actually, you know what? I wouldn't, because my history, whenever I buy, and it doesn't matter the sport, even like pro wrestling, Grant, when I buy, like, hey, this guy's my favorite, to a man, they get hurt, they get traded, something goes on. I got a Bret the Hitman Hart shirt. I'm like, yay, finally. In September 1997. For you wrestling fans, do you know what happened in November 1997? The Montreal Screwjob. And it was like, he got kicked out. It was terrible. I got my kid's Baker Mayfield jersey. What happens when I get him? He gets injured and then traded. It happens time and time again, over and over in sports. So I'm not going to get
the good one. So what? I know you're not a soccer fan, but I'm a pretty good Columbus Crew fan, and we know who owns them. The Haslam Group.
Haslam. Yep.
So I ordered myself a Cucha Hernandez jersey.
Okay.
Get it. 2 weeks later, he's gone.
Oh, so perfect example. I have my only Browns jersey. I have a million of their clothes and memorabilia. By God, that's pretty much all I got. But my only jersey is a Brian Sipe jersey, and
can't go wrong with that.
His 1980 MVP cardiac kid style jersey. So it's pretty safe to have that because he's long retired. So,
Yes.
so that's our 3 drafts, folks. Okay. We're going to post those up. Maybe Shane, maybe we clip each one of those little segments, the final bit, and show the scenarios of each one of those drafts. I think that could be pretty cool and get the people's opinions on that. Because I feel if this scenario, and the wild card is we don't know in our last scenario what we would have gotten in that Myles Garrett trade. I feel pretty good if the Browns came out of that, again, not knowing what happens in free agency, pre-combine. But I think those are some pretty good players we came away with.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the first draft is my favorite, but
too.
I don't know if we get that trade from the Giants just for them to jump up a spot. That was pretty remarkable.
It was. It was Cam Ward, but we've seen a lot of smoke of the Giants. The Giants gave him cleats to play in a bowl game.
Yeah.
Shedeur Sanders. So, and remember all the smoke screen of like, oh, Shedeur Sanders plays as the Browns in Madden, which is total BS. But, I think it's all cloak and daggers. Maybe the Giants feel they got to make a move.
And it could, but are you giving up everything they just gave up to get up to Shedeur Sanders? You're giving up that number 1 pick next year.
The Giants have been pretty stupid lately, and they're playing for their jobs. Look, if you're the Giants and you're trying to sell to ownership, what do you want? If you got a guy, Shedeur Sanders, pretty accurate, probably can come in and do okay. I think his ceiling is lower than several in this class, but his floor might be higher. And you're able to sell to the owner. Oh man, we got the Dion Express. We got all the flash. New York City, the Giants. I think there'd just be flash photography all over. I think the fan base would be wild with it, and the Browns are able to cash in on that opportunity.
Yeah, and out of these 3 drafts, I'm glad that we never did pick Shedeur Sanders.
We never picked Shedeur. He was taken twice. And okay, but as we wrap up here, Graham, is there a quarterback that the Browns took him? And, it doesn't matter necessarily where, but if the Browns took him, you're like, this is pointless. He's not going to be able to be a starter. Like of the popular names out there, is there someone that jumps out and he's your opposite no matter what from draft day?
So you're asking, is there a quarterback that if we take in like the second round or like
if we take in the trade back up into the first or take in the second round, in the first 2 rounds, you're like, if we take this guy, mistake.
I think it's Milroe.
Yeah, say no for Milroe.
I think the media's got him hyped.
You know what? This guy got exposed to me at the Senior Bowl big time, and I was already not a fan. Like, I'm saying this, Grant. People say Lamar Jackson. I don't think this guy's Malik Willis, and Malik Willis sucks.
Yeah,
I think he is Malik Willis, who can't throw the ball, and it was thought to be fast but exposed. And I thought Jalen Milroe, I don't care what he runs at the combine, in game film at the Senior Bowl against other Senior Bowl All-Stars, did not look fast to me.
No,
I'm not saying he can't break one. Of course he can. But I'm talking about when he was reading and he was scrambling, he got caught by a Senior Bowl guy.
Well, here's the other thing I want to bring up, Andy. Milroe, he has a pretty good wide receiver room. And what did he do with them?
He can't throw accurately. What have I been saying about Lamar Jackson for forever? Right? And he's gotten, and to Lamar's credit, he has improved on it, but he's still not great at it. And you can see the percentages and the touchdown. No, when it counts, you still want Lamar Jackson to throw, and he's gotten better at it.
He has. He's made leaps and bounds better.
He's made strides, but he's still, what have the Ravens done in the playoffs?
Yeah. Force him to throw to the numbers. He can't do it.
What are the numbers? Hello. And now we have Jalen Milroe, who he might knock out a window at Lucas Oil Stadium. He's so inaccurate. The guys that I don't know why you would take the time to say, this guy's really fast. Let's invest 2-3 years and see if we can make him throw. No, go get somebody else. Yeah. And Riley Leonard out of Notre Dame, that guy is Taysom Hill. And nothing wrong being Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill's made a great living being Taysom Hill.
Yeah.
Riley Leonard is a guy you need to make into Taysom Hill, whoever grabs him. And catch, big guy, run. He should take that.
You better hope he can catch. You better hope he can catch if you want to be Taysom Hill.
You better get the jugs machine, man. Get working, Riley Leonard, because you ain't going to be a starter. I'll tell you that.
No, and Dylan Gabriel, too small. He's not your NFL quarterback.
He's CFL, Canadian Football League. Yeah, when I saw that, I'm up in Canada. I've seen these types of quarterbacks. I think he'd be great in the Canadian Football League. Small guy, has some athleticism. That's not an NFL starting quarterback.
No,
No way.
I don't know if he's been compared to Kyler Murray or not, but
he's too thick. Kyler Murray's at least he's an Oompa Loompa. The guy's at least wide.
Yeah. Well, that's from playing all that Call of Duty and not
eating Doritos.
But
right, putting some stadium mustard on his sandwiches, eating there. Yeah,
but I don't think he's as good as Kyler Murray.
Oh, I don't think. Oh no, I don't think so at all. And I don't like Kyler Murray, but
no,
I think this is no. Dylan Gabriel. I don't even know if he's a third stringer in the NFL long term.
I don't think so either.
And Jackson Dart to me is a very safe pick who I see having not even a Derek Carr ceiling, because Derek Carr had been pretty good at times. I see him like high-end backup. Yeah, I don't see him as anything special.
I see him as like a Fitzpatrick journeyman.
Could be, come in, do some nice work for a while.
Yeah.
Be a nice piece, somebody you want on your team, but he's not winning you a Super Bowl.
No.
And if I'm taking a guy, and some people are having him in the first round. If I'm drafting a quarterback in the first round, I want him to win me a Super Bowl. Or at least have the upside to. I saw Jackson Dart in the anyone wowed by Jackson Dart in the Senior Bowl? I wasn't. Not the be-all, end-all Senior Bowl, but that's the last film tape we've had, and he looked pretty damn ordinary to me.
Yeah. I was listening to an ESPN analyst, and he was saying that if you were to combine this QB class with last year's QB class, Shadur Sanders is not a top 5 quarterback.
Wow.
He's probably 7 or so.
And Cam Ward was like around.
Cam Ward, they were saying he would be around like the Bo Nix, Michael Penix area.
Hell, I'd take that. Bo Nix especially.
Yeah.
Pretty nice season for Bo Nix. I really like Michael Penix. And I think that guy's a ton of upside still in Atlanta. That guy's a hell of a quarterback. If it wasn't for his injuries, I had Michael Penix Jr. ranked above Caleb Williams. I think he could be that good, but the injuries spooked me a little bit as far as rankings go.
You know what? Not last season, but the last season that Bo Nix was in college, I thought he was going to be the second best quarterback coming out.
Oh wow!
Just because I liked the way he played. And
a lot of games.
And he just had that winning mentality, even though he didn't really do anything. But you just know that's just something you see. Like it's an aura that you can see almost.
You get that. That's the feeling I get about Will Howard, man. Nothing you can necessarily put on a spreadsheet. Analytics nerds, right? You can't write it down, but you can see it. You can feel it. I saw that in Will Howard. And again, said earlier, for Bo Nix, people are like, oh, the Broncos are reaching. Anyone saying he's a reach now? It's not the reach if it's the right pick for you.
Correct.
In your system. Bo Nix goes to 10 other teams. He might be no better than a backup, but he was the right guy for Sean Payton.
Mm-hmm.
Good on him to go get him because Bo Nix
absolutely
look good. Look real good. That was a fun show, my friend. That was really good. I think we covered a lot of ground. I hope you guys all liked watching it. Go back as well. Check out the 3 scenarios. Let us know what you like, didn't like. Who might you have picked instead? What do you like? Let us know. Combine starting. We'll do another one of these post free agency once the big names kind of come in, so like mid-March type of deal, and do that. But Grant, man, you're doing you got your fantasy work coming next season and all that. You're doing a whole bunch of stuff bouncing around, right?
Yeah, I'm a free agent right now, I guess you can say.
You're always prepping though, buddy.
Always prepping. So not sure where I'll end up, but who knows? Maybe the expo brings something.
Ooh, come August. Yeah,
August. Yeah.
Look at my sked to see. Go for another speakeasy at what was it? I always forget the name. Raise.
Yeah.
Get raised. Oh, that smoked bourbon. Ooh. All right, I'm getting thirsty already. Okay, my man. Thank you very much. Tell people where they can get you on social before you go.
You can find me at Grant_Gillilan on X.
Beautiful. All right, buddy. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me, Andy.
All right, we'll see you later. There he goes, Grant Gillilan. Three-round, different scenario, Cleveland Browns mock draft simulators. Doing the Lord's work for you here, people. I hope you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun doing it. I like doing these where you can kind of speak through different scenarios. You keep stuff in your head, and it's like, but when you actually go through it, see who's available, it's very interesting. But again, let me know your picks. Who you like, who you didn't. Who would you have picked? Who do you want? What do you think is going to happen with Myles Garrett? Let us know. Follow us on X at SickPodBrowns, at AndyMC81, Instagram at AndyMCSports. Click notifications on. Share the show. Subscribe. We always appreciate it. Get your stadium mustard, of course. And you know what? We'll see you next time after the Combine and see what other developments come up. So stay tuned. And as always, go Browns!
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sick Podcast with Andy McNamara on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts.